Okay, let's look on a little bit theory behind the frequency separation. So it's help us understand how they work before we're putting hands-on this. So right here we have an image, and as we before determined in Photoshop, we have a two type of information: color and luminosity. So in some cases, we will work with luminosity information more because we will look on a contrast, how fast it's changed. And Photoshop actually work very well by determining how often they change from darker to lighter area. Okay, so right here, it seems like a normal image. And, if we zoom out and let's zoom on this area right around here. As we come closer, you can see we have it a little bit more information like those wrinkles. And if we're going and switch to black and white to remove some color information from us, you can notice some areas like around balloon, hands, we have it changing, like for example, background and shoulder, this area. It does have change in luminosity, but it's happened kind of larger scale. So if we look on the pixels, this is probably about 300 pixels. But if we come closer again and look a little bit more on the skin, right here we have it about 3 pixels. Actually, if we come closer, you can see we have 5 pixels to changing between brighter and darker area. So, and we can tell Photoshop to say, hey, let's just care about areas that very fast change of the frequency or very fast change on between dark and light. In some cases, we have it like this, a little bit larger, and we also have it mixed between smaller. And we can separate by telling how fast we want to illuminate some of those layers or separate the layers so we can work separate. In that case, we can say, hey, this is our image with different layers. And we want to separate smaller skin, like for example, small, very fast frequency from larger like hair and other stuff. And we can actually do this by using image, and we can use it by apply image functions between different layers. The first step will be very easy. All what we need to do, and if we look closer again to this area around here, okay, all what we need to do, it's just set the blur. So if we blur out, you can see how the information is disappear in this case. And again, if we switch to the black and white, it will give us a little bit better. So before blur and after, you can see we kind of remove some information. We won't remove that information from all image. We only remove from specific layer. And after by using math in image apply image, we will say, hey, remove the information with the blur or larger sections and give it us information only for the small ones. And by doing this math, we will have it several layers that we can separate it by base it on luminosity changing, how fast and often they change. Then also we will have two types of actual look. One is a classic that most people use, that's separating only with two types, so high and low and high frequency. And you actually technically can separate by many different ways. And another will look how we can separate on a multiple, like 3 different frequencies. For example, we'll take size of the freckles and we'll just remove the freckles only from the face by using frequency separation. So it just will help a little bit understanding how this works. Let's go ahead and jump into the hands-on of frequency separation.